These niggas are wilding. When I saw this, I was absolutely flabbergasted. People complain about writing essays, but then casually drop essays in comment section. This one comment right here is a 5-page essay in standard MLA format. That's wild. That's insane. This started out as a discussion about which game had better characters, Danganronpa 1 or Danganronpa 2. And I've already said my piece on it, but it's interesting to get alternate perspectives. Haru is agreeing with me while Minna takes opposite stance. Now, just because I agree with Haru overall, that means nothing, because both of them had absolute garbage takes. Now, the debate starts off with Haru saying Hajime is 10 times better, and the surrounding cast as well. Then Minna says that most of them serve no purpose. And I'm gonna stop you right there, because the only characters that really serve no purpose in Danganronpa 2 are Teru, Mikan, and Ibiki, and Gundam. Now, I know I was talking shit on Inkling Boy, but he was really important to the story. Without him being horny and wanting to see the girls in their swimsuits, we would have missed out on key evidence to complete the class trial in Chapter 2. We wouldn't have the camera system that he built, which was important to the case in Chapter 3. And we would have never solved the mystery of the funhouse in Chapter 4 if he didn't fix the elevator. So you'd have to rewrite 3 whole chapters if you wanted him out the game. Sonya was an important character during investigation. Mahiru's past was important for the motive of the trial and the overarching plot of the story, as well as Fuyuhiko and Pekara's. Hyoko's picture after her growth spurt was important to the overarching plot and reveal at the end of the game, so her presence is important. Fiat Byakuya was an important leader. Nekumar was important because he was used as an example for the rules of the game. Akane was integral in solving multiple crimes, and Chiaki is personified productivity. Meanwhile, for the first Danganronpa, Mondo, gone. Yasuhiro, as much as I love him, gone. Sayaka, throw that bitch in the trash.
Your fucking place, trash.
Leon, gone. Kiyotaka, gone. Hifumi, gone. Celestia, gone. So many characters that aren't necessary to the plot, which is what makes this argument stupid in hindsight. Because there needs to be characters to kill and be killed. And they all won't be heavily tied into the plot. That's just how it is. But there needs to be characters, whether it's these exact characters or not. Characters need to take their place. But if an argument has to be made, yes, Danganronpa 2 does a better job at centralizing the characters to the main plot. When a character died in the first Danganronpa game, I was like, yep, that felt like it was supposed to happen. But in the second one, when someone died, I was like, damn, bro! Damn! Why them? It was just better executed overall. But in the argument, the main characters in contention were Ibiki and Kirigiri. Now, Minna was speaking fact. Ibiki was removable. But Haru followed up with a vastly inferior response, saying that Kirigiri could be replaced with anyone. Now, if you played the game, I don't think I need to explain how wrong he is. As I was recording this, I realized I didn't give him enough credit for that. I was too focused on the fact that he used Kirigiri as the example character, but he made a good point saying that every character is removable if you cut their content and just give their role to someone else, which supports what I was saying earlier, when it's just a stupid conversation to really have in the first place, honestly. Moving on to Minna's second bad take, he says that Danganronpa 2 has lackluster writing in comparison to the first, which I couldn't disagree with more. Danganronpa 1 felt kind of hollow in the story department. All it had going for it was this super crazy hyped up mystery that wasn't even answered in the end. I'm sitting here waiting because I'm itching to know what the most terrible event in human history is, and they didn't even tell me, god damn it! Fuck! The hints that they were drip feeding weren't that good either. Even the ones that were dumped in loads at the end still did nothing to scratch the narrative itch. And that department was lacking for sure. And in the character department, it was lacking again. I find it harder to connect with the characters in the first game. They feel like part of a system, and the deaths and order of the deaths were predictable because the characters were predictable. And I had a lot. Now, I'm not talking shit on Danganronpa, the first Danganronpa, because I loved it. It's only in comparison to the second game. Because I had a lot of fun playing Danganronpa, but I couldn't see myself sitting through it again under any circumstances. But that's different for Danganronpa 2, because in Danganronpa 2, everything that I didn't like in the first Danganronpa was fixed by Danganronpa 2. Characters were less predictable, and as a result, the class trials were less predictable. I guessed the killer 5 out of 6 times in the first game, before they even started. And that number dropped to 2 out of 6 when I played the second game. The mystery drip feed was also better, just much more informative, and the setup was more engaging. The mystery event still was left unanswered, which kind of pissed me off, but it was definitely more satisfying when compared to the first game. Step up from great is amazing. A perfect sequel. These comments really opened my eyes to prompt me to think more deeply about how I felt about each game and the pros and cons. It was a good discussion and a good read. Let me know what you think by leaving a comment. Leave a like if you like. And if you watched the whole video, you might as well subscribe. Thanks for watching, and as usual, y'all have a good one.